Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. We have always come to you for 31 years, looking at you in ways that you never look at yourself. We have told you repeatedly that everything you have been told about that which is the creative source, about God, about spirit, whatever what you want to call it, everything you've been told is only a fraction of the grandness that truly is there. And some of the things that you've been told make us fall and weep. This channel I'm going to call the true heritage of the human being. I'm not going to talk about your lineage, that's later, but your heritage. And there's so much to say, and you've heard part of it before, but let this one be more controversial than ever. Of course, that's why some of you are tuned in. What if it isn't controversy because of different ideas? What if the controversy is between what you were told and what is being discovered? That always is good for controversy. Millions of human beings are starting to awaken to a new idea. And the new idea is that they are grander than they were told in so many ways. And that has to do specifically with your heritage. Where'd you come from? What happened when you got here? What's going on right now? The stories you're told about all of these things, dear ones, are stories that are not reflective of the grandness, the love, the benevolence, the compassion of your soul, of who you are, of the name that you have in light on the other side of the veil. It's not reflective of the grand party that you will receive upon the death of your corporeal self, where your soul soars into that area where is home, where you belong, and where you came from. Where all the ideas of made in his image start to manifest as truth. Your lineage is one thing. Your heritage is divine. There's a difference. Your lineage is from the stars. Your heritage is divine. There is such a dysfunctional story that you have been told. It creates a picture of the greatest love in the universe doing something that is more dysfunctional than a human father would do. And yet that's the story that you now cling to. This is where the controversy comes. It always does. Love is love, dear ones. It's the same thing that you have for one another that is so precious and so perfect. The love that you would have for God, so precious, so perfect. And we've told you before that you cannot imagine how big love is and how much goes into the creation of the human being. We've told you before that love is the glue between that which is the cells of your body. That's a metaphor that means you can't escape the love that went into making you, to putting you here, to giving you a grand soul. And yet you're told that your heritage is darkness. You've been told you're born into darkness, that you don't even deserve to be here, and somehow you got to claw your way through the mud in order to find some truth. And that truth will be then only from those who have some organizations who wish to give it to you. And that the human being can indeed crawl through that and be worthy then of having the love of God. But up to that point, nothing. You're nothing. You're born into that horribleness, they say. Does that sound right to you? I've said this before. If you are a loving parent, and let's just say you have a big family, and you see these brothers and these sisters, and you love them dearly, and you see all that is here with your family, you know how much you love your sons and your daughters, and those who are there, your children. There's no grander love than the parent for the child. And let's say that one of them does not behave. And you say, well, therefore, because one of them did not behave, all of them will be punished. And that the rest of them go, well, wait a minute, we didn't do that. And say, it doesn't matter, one of you did. Therefore, you're all doomed. How does that sound? Parent. And you'd say, well, that's not the way parenting works, and that we love our children. And you're right. That would be one of the most dysfunctional things you can imagine. And yet you then place it upon the creator of the universe, the creator of you, the creator of your soul, the one who loves you more than anything. That's the story. I would like to give you a grander truth. Your heritage is divine. You are born magnificent on this planet. And you get free choice to do whatever you wish to with the energy. If you want to go into the dirt, you can. If you want to go into the sky, you can. This is the free choice of your soul on this planet, and is the test, if you want to call it that is at hand. Your heritage is grand. Every mother knows this at some level, no matter what you were taught, no matter what your religion. Can you imagine, mother, looking into the eyes of your infant for the first time ever? First time that infant opens its eyes and looks into yours, what do you feel? It's indescribable, isn't it? And so what are your next words? Welcome to earth. I'm sorry I'm going to have to punish you now. That's what you're taught. That, dear ones, is dysfunction. The truth is so much better. You can still experience the love of God in any way that you've been taught that God loves you. But I will tell you, that love is unconditional. Unconditional means you're born magnificent, no matter what anyone else has done in the past. And even that, no matter what you do, it's unconditional. The parables have said it even in the prodigal son. The parables are all metaphors for the way Spirit works. And if you take a look at that one, it doesn't matter what one son does. When they get to that place where they go home, they both get the same party. Did you get that? You don't punish them both. You don't reward them both. You get a party, a celebration of them coming home. That is the metaphor. I've said it before. What is your reality? You think this is real? You live in 4 dimensions. 4. And that's all you see, and that's your reality, and that's what you walk around in. But there are hundreds of dimensions. Many of them, they're very, very much different than this one. Not linear. Even your science has discovered almost 30 of them. What if you suddenly lived in all of them instead of the limited 3 or 4 you're in? What would your reality be then? You could be in several places at the same time, by the way. That's what multidimensional things are and can be. Time changes. All things change. Then what is your reality, dear ones? You think the things that you are walking around in now are real? The things that you've been told are absolute? And even the divine things that you have believed are the way it works? These are all a children's story and experience because you live in only a fraction of the reality of physics, of God. God is the master physicist, creating all these things for you to experience. Your magnificence is that heritage that you have. It's controversial only because in a lower energy, it's all you had to work with, what you were told. You want controversy? Here it comes. What's going on right now, you've expected, and it had a name. You called it the second coming. It is. But it wasn't of a master. It's of the master's attributes. That's the second coming, always a metaphor. When you pass through that marker of 2012, in comes all of the attributes of the masters of this planet, coming in to change that which is your reality and your substance and your awakening to your grandness. All the love and the compassion of that one that you expected coming back to so many of you is here. Can't you feel it? You're sitting around waiting for something linear? You want the skies to part and the angels to pop in? What if that was all a metaphor for the incredible love of the Creator now coming to this planet in a way it never did before? Not really. And you start awakening into that area where you start to realize the love and the benevolence and the compassion, and things start changing. You start not tolerating some of the things you did before, and the darkness starts to go away, and you start changing your minds about your society and what will work and what won't work, and things that should be changed now instead of just saying they're going to be changed and over. That's what's going on if you didn't know it. That's what's happening right now on your planet. Some would say it's an intolerance. It is. Intolerance of the dark things that have been here before this second coming. The coming that you created by passing this marker that all the indigenous knew about. It's a worldwide event. Your heritage, and you're starting to wake up to it. That's why I started the healing circle. To let you see it, to put you in the middle of it, to expose your grandness. And those circles are coming every week, where you can sit there and absorb a new energy coming from a new dimensionality, coming from your earned heritage. Magnificent. You always have been. And it's time to start taking that knowledge and seeing that is the light of the world. It is you awakening to what was taught by the masters and is here to discover. The heritage of the human being is here. And so it is.